Excellent!
Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Paul's Hardware. Today's video is an unboxing. That's kind of what my life is now. Like, boxes show up, usually they're from AMD. I take them out of the box, I show you guys. Before I begin, I want to start off by dedicating this video to Steve from Gamers Nexus. Steve, he's kind of like one of those characters who's just a little bit on the grumpy side sometimes, you know? He's like Scrooge in A Christmas Story or something like that. But Steve hates unboxings. He thinks they're awful and they're useless. I thought that if you guys maybe reached out to Steve, you could share maybe this unboxing with him and perhaps bring some love and joy for unboxings back into his heart. That, or he can just stay focused on actually doing useful stuff with the things he unboxes. But, alright, you guys probably already know what's in these. It's probably in the title. This is from AMD. This is probably going to be VEGA. Spoiler alert. But I got two boxes. I'm going to start off with the bigger one here, because this one showed up first, and if you can't tell, I already kind of opened it, but I've kind of put it back together so you guys can have the unboxing experience too. AMD has VEGA on the horizon. It's supposed to be launching very soon, and here in the box inside the box is a box inside a box. Doesn't look like there's much else going on in that outer box. I did remember my spider code today, or I was able to find it, thankfully, so let's dive right into this one and see what's inside. Alright, there's our reveal right from the get-go. Radeon RX VEGA. This feels very plush. I feel like AMD has been doing a lot more work, or they've been putting a lot more work into their like engineering samples and the stuff they're sending out to reviewers. That's all that's inside there though. Here's the box. Now this box, according to what AMD has told us, is not the box that you're going to get if you buy VEGA at retail. This is a special design box that they just did for reviewers, but you will be able to get at least the card that's inside here. On the top though, we got the RX VEGA logo, bring gaming to life. System requirements are on this side. It does say a minimum 750 watt system power supply with two 8-pin graphics connectors. This is a by 16 slot, 8 gigs of HBM2 memory in there, 16 gigs of system memory recommended. Linux, Windows 7 or Windows 10, and you do want a 64-bit operating system. Do people still even use non-64-bit operating systems? I'm not sure. I feel like there's like this rubberized texture kind of going across the entire top of this thing. It does have a VEGA logo there on one side, actually on both sides, and then the Radeon VEGA logo, Radeon RX VEGA, which is right there on the top as well. So this kind of opens up like this with the flap in the front and over the top, and then off the sides as well. It's hard to say which way is up though. The whole thing just kind of opens up and lays flat, I guess, on the desk, kind of like that. So let's start off with this guy right in the middle. This is our VEGA, Radeon VEGA Cube, which doesn't look like the reactive one, like the one that Linus got. This is more of just an actual acrylic cube with the VEGA logo suspended in the middle. I'm curious if you could set this on top of something and have light kind of go up through it or something like that, but it is pretty cool looking, and it will at the very least look very nice next to my my Threadripper acrylic panel thing, so that's coming soon. I don't think there's anything else tucked away under this panel right here, or behind this panel. This is all foam. We do have a little booklet right over here that says Radeon RX VEGA, bring gaming to life, and a little flip book action here. Until now, game developers have been shackled by hardware limitations, unable to witness the full extent of their imaginations. It's very markety. VEGA is disruptive, and there's pictures. And look, they have a picture of the unboxing experience that I just did, I guess in case I miss anything. Some stuff about drivers and system requirements and some fancy... Look at that. It's like a hand of somebody's... Apparently there's a demon hidden inside the VEGA logo that reaches out, grasping to suck the life out of competing graphics cards, I guess? Not really sure. Alright, this is where the graphics card itself is. We got one more little tucked away piece on the side here with... Oh! Well, that's kind of fun. So we got the Bring Gaming to Life VEGA wristband. I should probably put that on. And then in here we have an actual VEGA GPU. This is a dummy GPU, so it's not actually functional. So kind of similar to what they did with the Threadripper, they're actually sending out... Oh, it's even got the balls on the bottom. It's got solder balls on the bottom. So VGA actual VEGA chip right there, so you can see the HBM2 stacks right there. an actual Vega die. So that's really cool to have. I feel like I should find a case or something like that to put this in as well. Beyond that though, some stickers are also included in here, and that does seem to be just about it, but that's a really cool add-on. I really like having dummy GPU dies, like, just to have around for size comparisons, and they're just a fun thing to have that you don't get to hold onto very often. Alright, now the actual GPU inside this little case right here, and I have the air-cooled version of VEGA 64 right here. Oh yeah. And again, just really plush packaging here that AMD has put together for this reviewer's kit. And there we can see the VEGA 64 GPU in all of its glory. This is the air-cooled edition with the blower-style fan again, which you guys probably have already seen maybe a little bit, since we already kind of showed this at the unboxing event that they had about a week and a half ago. There's a GPU tack on that side, so you can actually see when the system is under load. There's a visual indicator of it right there. You can switch those GPU tack lights between red and blue, so you can have it match up with your system lighting a little bit more if that's something that you want to go for. And then for video outs, over here on this end we have 3 DisplayPort as well as a full-size HDMI and a black backplate as well, which I think looks pretty cool there. So there's a quick look at the Radeon VEGA 64, dual 8-pin PCI Express graphics power connectors as well, right in there. And I'm going to get this installed and start testing it right away. Also, there's the little pixel, or if you want to say it properly, a voxel right there, a volumetric pixel with the Radeon logo that's on that corner as well. And a really cool looking card. Hopefully it's actually cool as well when it's actually tested and everything like that. But now that that's out of the box, I have one more to deal with. Alright, box number 1 is handled. Let's move on to box number 2. This one was slightly less expected, I think. They were talking about getting VEGA 56 out to people. This one's going to be a bit more reasonably priced. It's going to be 400 bucks. Assuming, of course, that people can find them at that price after launch actually happens, and we'll see if these cards get bought up by coin miners or that kind of thing. But in the meantime, at least, we are going to give you guys benchmarks when we're allowed to publish them. But this one is obviously a little bit more, like, it doesn't have quite the same plush packaging and everything. But you know what? I don't really care. I'm still stoked either way that I not only have the VEGA 64, but I've also got the VEGA 56. And with this one, since we have the standard edition rather than the limited edition, we can actually give you a little side-by-side comparison of the two. So there's a quick side-by-side, VEGA 64, VEGA 56, limited edition, non-limited edition. The non-limited edition looks very similar to what they did with the Fiji cards originally. Doesn't look bad at all, definitely, by any stretch. A lot simpler design as far as it's got just sort of a plain black aesthetic for most of it. A bit of texture on the top, as we have also seen before, but blower style cooler again. And we're not expecting that the non-special edition cards are going to perform any less than the special edition cards. It's just you don't get that brushed metal finish on the outside and all that good stuff. You do still get functionally all the same stuff though, so you know, again, dual 8-pin power connectors there at the top, the GPU tack lights with the LEDs that you can again turn on or off or switch between blue and red, and then just sort of a simpler design overall with a little bit more plastic involved than the metal that you get on the special edition. And then you do get the same video outs at the bottom, but again, you don't get the black backplate on there, so you know, just doesn't look quite as fancy as the special edition. Dual 8-pin power connectors, you know, you wouldn't expect anything different there either. And then, like, that's all I can tell you guys about these cards right now. I wish I could go into more depth for these. I can, just not right now, and I can't even really tell you guys when that's going to happen either. But guys, I think in the interest of getting some work done on these, I'm going to switch over to benchmarking mode and start working on them. I will be bringing you some content on these with some benchmarks very soon as I'm allowed to. And of course, before I go, a quick reminder to let Steve know that unboxings aren't completely useless. Like, you guys watch this video, and I bet you're smarter now. I bet you know more things, and I bet your opinions of VEGA have been greatly impacted by the fact that I just took these out of the box and showed them to you, right? Anyway, if you did enjoy this video, hit the thumbs up button. Let me know what your feelings are on unboxing videos like this in the comments below. And of course, if you want to see more videos, and of course these coverage of these coming up very soon, hit the subscribe button on your way out as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.